Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. And, Coach, the streak continues as the Tigers come up with two more victories last week, including one at home on Thursday night against Drexel to continue the winning streak at home, and then following it up on the road at Delaware with a victory there. Let's start with the Drexel game. Nenda Tark with a great game of 18 points, but you took the best shooting team in the conference and held them to below 40%.
Yeah, I thought our defense was great last week. You're playing against two really good teams. Obviously, Drexel was undefeated. A lot of it, you and I talk about this a lot, you're trying to make guys take tough shots. Sometimes they make them because there's a lot of really good players. Last Thursday, I thought it was our night. We had a good burst, good crowd in here, too, really good crowd, and we were able to kind of hang on late. Drexel's good. They're very good. They're big, they're old, they're talented, they're well coached. So I was really happy for our guys.
And Christian May, 10 rebounds, a career high for him.
Yeah, all defensive rebounds. I'd like to see him get to the offensive glass a little more. But we did a good job against an outstanding, like I said, rebounding team, big and physical, and that was a big key coming into the game. To beat a team of that caliber, everybody's got to do a lot of things more often right than wrong, and we did that on Thursday.
And then, you could say, well, maybe there'll be a letdown because we just beat the only undefeated team in the conference. You go to Delaware, and for most of the game, you had a 7 to 9 point lead, and a tale of two guys in different halves. Christian May with 17 points in the first half. He ends up with 23. And then Dylan Williamson, 16 points, 14 in the second half in a game where you beat the Blue Hens by 11.
Yeah, I think the final score was a lot closer than that. That was a hard-fought game. Starting with Jair Davis, maybe he's as difficult as anyone in our league to guard. Our defense and rebounding carried us. And then to have much like at Charleston, Delaware had that type of environment, and they have great talent. Some guys have to make some plays for you to get over the hump. And like you just said, Christian did early, and then Dylan certainly did late. I think one of the strengths of this group is there's different guys that can have those big nights, which I really like. Sometimes the anxiety is you're not sure who it's going to be, and you're hoping it's somebody. But we've got some different guys that are capable of stepping in and scoring the ball.
And because of their performances this week, Christian May, co-player of the week in the CAA, and Dylan Williamson wins the CAA Rookie of the Week. So in the last 3 weeks, it's been Tyler Tejada, and now Dylan Williamson winning Rookie of the Week.
Yeah, Dylan's had a really good year for us. I mean, he's playing the hardest position on the court. We had lost Rodney Hicks a while back, and Dylan had a great performance at Colorado to start his first game of his career. So you could clearly see the swagger and the talent. And we had some really tough games early. We throw him into the Wolves against the Houstons and the Wake Forest and North Texas of the world. I think he's benefited from some of those things. But I've been really happy with how much pride he's taken in trying to get better defensively and run a ball club and watch film and block outs. We knew he was gifted offensively, but he's doing a lot of really good things in other areas.
All right, this week, Northeastern at home Thursday night at TU Arena as you try to keep the streak going. And then Saturday at Hofstra, always a difficult place to play, but you've had success there.
Well, I mean, we're obviously focused on Thursday. I mean, we were out-coached, out-played, out-toughed, out-hustled. We were manhandled up at Northeastern. So we'll have our hands full. Chris Doherty is at a first-team all-conference season. Troutman, Woods, King, Sakota, Johnson, they've got grown men. They're an excellent rebounding team. They get to the rim. They're well coached. So we've got to play much better than we did up in Boston, and then hop on the bus Saturday. Hopefully you'll be with us on the bus, and then you'll play a national TV game Saturday night against Hofstra, who's got two guys averaging just over 20 points a game, and D-Stone Dubar and Tyler Thomas. So that's hard to get two guys averaging over 20. So Speedy Claxton's got a wagon again up there.
What makes those two guys so effective offensively?
Well, they run a lot of good actions. I think Speedy, they run a lot of good like NBA spacing, some isolation stuff, ball screen actions, and they're good players. And credit to their staff, how much better those guys have gotten over their time. I think congratulations to Tyler Thomas. I think if I'm correct, he just went over 2,000 points, 1,000 at Sacred Heart and 1,000 at Hofstra. So congratulations to him.
Tigers had a guy do that, Gary Neal.
He
1,000
did.
at LaSalle, 1,000
Guys
at
like
Towson.
Gary Neal and Tyler Thomas look like they get 10 points before they brush their teeth in the morning.
That's right. So the Tigers and the Huskies Thursday night at TU Arena, and then Saturday at Hofstra, as the Tigers will try to continue their climb to get to first place in the CAA. Right now, just a game behind the Dragons of Drexel, although you have the tie break if you end up in a tie.
Let's just
it's
try
always nice to have in your back pocket.
Let's just try to play well Thursday, right?
So that'll do it for this edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. For the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry, I'm Spiro Marikas, and go Tigers.